All right, I'm going to go over 8.1 for math, talking about three-dimensional shapes, and I have some examples here. So a solid is any three-dimensional closed shape. So it needs to be a polyhedron. So we've got a solid, which is any three-dimensional shape. A polyhedron is just a three-dimensional shape made up of polygons. And what polygons are just any closed shapes. So like a square, a parallelogram, a trapezoid, a hexagon, a triangle, a diamond, a rhombus, anything, those are all polygons. So this would be a cube. So this would be a type of polygon called a cube, and three-dimensional shapes are different than two-dimensional shapes because they have things called vertices, edges, and faces. So a face is anything that is a flat surface. So the face that you're seeing is right here. Okay, so there's this face, there's the face that's in the back, top, bottom, side, and side. Okay, so this cube has 2, 4, 6 total faces. The vertices are basically the points where these edges, the edges come together. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 vertices where the edges come together. And then the edges are just from vertice to vertice right here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom. So that'd be 8. And then 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 12 edges. Okay, so faces are the flat surfaces, vertices are the pointy ones, and then the edges are edges. They're along the edge. Okay, so this is a cube. This is a cone. So it has a circular face down here, but then it comes to a vertice up here. So this would only have one vertice on this shape. And then this is called a prism. So a prism is where you have a shape on either side that matches. So this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is an octagonal prism. So it's got octagons on either side, but then it has these long triangular faces on that connect it to make it a prism. So this is called an octagonal prism. We've got a sphere, just like a three-dimensional circle, like what our planet is. And this is called a pyramid. So a pyramid is where you have one shape on the bottom, but then all the vertices on the bottom come together into one vertice on the top. So like the ancient Egyptian pyramids. So we've got a square face. This is a square pyramid, a square base, and then triangles on the sides. Okay, so this shape would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 faces, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vertices, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 edges. This is called a cylinder. Hi! We've got circle on the top and bottom, and then actually a rectangle wraps around, which is kind of crazy. But so this, let's see, what else do we have? Okay, so we've got a triangular pyramid, not pyramid, prism, sorry, triangular prism. So it's got triangle, triangle, and then we've got these rectangular surfaces. So the faces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total faces. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 edges. And then vertices, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did I already say that? 6 vertices as well. Okay, and then we've got like a rectangular prism where we've got all rectangles. We could count the faces on this one, but it's going to be the same as a cube. So it's got 2 faces on the top, 2 on the side, front and back, total of 6 faces. Vertices, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then edges, 4 on top, 4 on the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the side, so 12 on there. Okay, so let's go to your book and do some of the examples together. Okay, so here it shows you an edge is from one of the vertex or vertice. So this is an edge, is the vertice, this would be a face. So this one, this shape here is made of a trapezoid on the top and the bottom. So that would be a trapezoidal prism. And all it wants you to do is find the number of faces, edges, and vertices of the solid. So you just say faces equals. And so for this one, for the faces on this triangular prism here, you know that the front and the back are going to be the same. So you've got 1, 2, right? The triangles, each face would be 2. So 1, 2, and then I've got 3 rectangular faces, one on this side, one on that side, and then one on the bottom. So I've got my 2 triangles and then my 3 rectangles. Those would be a total of 5 faces. So the faces would equal 5. The edges, I'm going to count all the ones I can see, and then these little dotted ones in the back, we count those ones too. So I'm going to start with my dotted ones. 1, 2, 3. And then in the front, I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 edges. And then vertices, I'm just going to count all the points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 vertices. So prisms, when we talked about prisms, they have the base, so the bottom and the top are going to be the same shape. So like triangle and then a triangle, and they're connected by rectangles. Whereas in a pyramid, it starts with the shape on the bottom, but then it comes to a point or a vertex at the top. Okay, so that's the difference between a prism and a pyramid. Okay, so now drawing solids. If you want to practice doing some of this, I'm not going to make you do that on the actual assignment, but it's fun to try, especially if you have dot paper. And then find the top sides. Okay, you don't have to worry about doing that part either. Okay, so here is your assignment. It says decide whether the statement is true or false. If false, explain your reasoning. So I'm just going to do some of the even one. Number 2, a triangular prism has 3 rectangular faces. So if I think of a triangular prism, I'm going to do that real quick on my whiteboard. A triangular prism. Okay, so I'm going to draw a triangle and another triangle, and this is not going to look super great, but remember, a prism, they have the same shape on the top and bottom. Okay, so there's my triangular prism. So I want to know how many faces it has, I think is what the question said. So 1, 2, so top and bottom, and then all 3 sides, so 5 total faces. So let's go see what that question was asking again. Triangular prism has 3 rectangular faces. Oh yeah, it does have 3 rectangular faces. Remember on my, because the triangle has 3 sides, and each of those sides will create a rectangular face. So yes, that is true. A rectangular pyramid has 3 triangular faces. Okay, so let's try that. A rectangular pyramid has 3 triangular faces. So let's draw a rectangular pyramid. So okay, so rectangular pyramid. That means I have to have a rectangle on the bottom. It's hard to draw with this thing. Oh man. Okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna have them all come to a point at the top. Okay, so let's count how many, it says how many faces. So I have, these are triangular faces. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 triangular faces and 1 rectangular face. So let's go back to our question. A rectangular pyramid has 3 triangular faces. It actually has 4. This would be false. Okay, and then number 6, none of the edges of a rectangular pyramid are parallel. I think that would be false because that rectangular pyramid that we just drew, if you look at, let me go back to my whiteboard. If you look at the bottom, the base, these edges are parallel and these edges are parallel. So that would actually be false. Okay, so let me know if you guys have any questions on this assignment. Otherwise, yeah, pretty much wraps it up, I think. Oh, you do have to practice drawing. Actually, you do have to draw some of the solids. So let's do number 14, a pentagonal prism. So remember, prisms have the same shape on the top and the bottom, and then they're connected with straight lines. So let's try a pentagon. Remember, pentagon is 5. So let's do pentagonal prism. Okay, so pentagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh man, I can tell already this is not going to look very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so then these connect. These connect. Holy moly, it's not looking very good. These connect. And these connect. And that would be my pentagonal prism. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do a triangular prism. Triangular prism. So the key is to do triangle and then just another triangle back of it, and then just connect. Just do your best on these. Okay, so remember, a prism looks like that, where a pyramid is going to look like this, right? Or we do a square prism. I'm doing this super fast, but square, holy moly, that's not good. Holy, okay, I'm gonna erase that. That is terrible. Let's try this again. Okay. Connect those. Okay, it's a bit better. Okay, so there's a square pyramid, or not pyramid, square prism. And then here is a square pyramid. So you have a square on the bottom. And then it goes like this, and then that, and then that, and then that. Okay? All right, that is going to wrap it up.